Okay, hello and welcome to the stream. Today we are going to be taking a look at Gregorius and Hieronymus. We are going to be starting with Hieronymus. On the bottom of the screen you can see the two teams I will be using to clear insane difficulty. And I will have a display for Gregorius of what the top players are doing on insane. And we are going to do some attempts, but I cannot clear it myself. I will explain everything later, like as we go through it. And if you have any questions, just ask. Okay, so this is my first team for Hieronymus. The key to this team is just keeping both Atsuko and Hoshino EX up all the time, because we need the attack boost and effectiveness boost and the acceleration boost from Hoshino, and the healing from Atsuko will make dealing with the cores a lot easier and keeping the sensors healthy so we can heal them faster and easier with our healers. So somewhere at this point, Hieronymus will cast the cards, like now. You want to usually prioritize keeping Atsuko up over Hoshino when you see the cards. The cores will not take down Atsuko, but everybody else will probably go down to it. So at this point we were close to hitting the phase change. Ideally, like if you're doing a tilt and run, you want to be like on the phase change before 1 minute. So if you don't have Akko, the issue with that is not so much the damage boosting she provides, it's the extra healing she does provide. Even if it may look insignificant, the healing Akko provides can top up a character, can top up a sensor. It's like, it's that occasional boost you need. Like this round, for example, for me as a gunner, like this is a bad run. Even if I went to the second team, I would fail it. Akko EX gives you crit rate and crit damage. Maya Tsuko, I think she's max level, she's 5 star. Her UE is not maxed. Her skills, I think they are not every skill is maxed. We can check my Tsuko stats after we finish this run. Okay, so the purple relic is an insane only skill. You want to break the other one as soon as possible. It will give you a little of a recovery boost, it will reduce the boss stats a little bit, but you can only target it with EX skills. That's why I use my Koharu skill there. And if you're lucky, you can get a hit and break it in one go. You see now Akko healed the relic, and that filled the relic up. That's one less skill I have to use on it. Okay, this run is looking a lot better. Oh no. This is something that may happen to you in your run. Hoshino sometimes does this. She goes like really far away. This ruined my run completely, because now I'm missing the whole damage boost she provides. So my damage is not going to be as high, and I'm not going to get to the 20 bars threshold I tend to get. There is a way to prevent this, and I will show you now that I have cross-tapped it. The purple relic is fairly frail. You don't need to boost the relic any EX skill to take it down. Like now I had bad luck and Koharu didn't break it, but usually she can. But it's not the end of the world. Yeah, Tsuku's gonna be fine. hit the face change. So to prevent Koshino from walking away like crazy, one thing you can do is keep your EX points, so you can cast her EX as she's walking to stop her from walking. This one have been really unlucky. Earlier today, while setting up everything, I was about to get a 1 team clear, and now I'm trailing my 2 team clear. No, I can do this in one go, but I know that if the boss has over 20 bars at the end, I will not be able to finish it. My second team is not that strong, so I have to prevent the boss from having more than 25 bars by the end. Even 25 is a little bit of a stretch. The issue is that the second team I use, it has very little healing and it's a little bit slow. Also I'm trying to optimize this run a little bit. Oh crap. So one thing that Sports Mari cannot do and Koharu can do is save herself. Like right there, if that was a Sport Mari and she had the course, she's gone. So that's why like Koharu is easier to... Okay, this is gonna be the good run. I feel it. Yeah, top players usually take a lot of time to get their perfect runs. I know someone in the Japanese community. That guy is like top 200, something like that. And he told me like most of the times he has to do like 40 minutes of restarts just to get what he wants, and then he goes for it. Like he plans every setup, every ability, like he has like timers to track every cooldown. It's crazy. Also the Japanese community is gigantic, so there is a lot of competition and like they take a lot of pride on their sports. So. I don't like this run again. Yeah, in the end, like, he's right about one thing. Like, the more efficient you are, the easier it becomes. So, if you have timers to track the cooldowns, like, you don't have to do the counting yourself. So there is a lot of like time savers and strategies you can adopt to make your rounds easier. But at the same time, it's time consuming. Like, it's a lot of effort. Okay, let's see. Like, this round was really bad. So this run was bad because I did not keep track of my Hoshino skills. Like, I usually look at the seconds and I know the Hoshino EX skill has a duration of 50 seconds. So I just keep track of it. It's the only ability I track, really. But this first is maybe the most important one. So this is my Atsuko. So yeah, I'm missing gear on her. I'm missing gear on this one too. So that's my team 1. For team 2 I have to take a loan here. I think this may fail. Like, my team 1 run was not really good. So if you're doing a 2-team clear, usually before breaking the purple relic, you want to start stacking the green relic because the debuffs reset, so you have to do that. Isuna for me is just for rotation. And this is how we deal with the cards. Yeah, I'm gonna get wiped. Oh, barely made it. That was so lucky. Yeah, Summer Hoshin is a must-have. Like, besides Gregorius, who deals mystic damage, I think Kaiten deals penetrating damage, and Hieronymus deals explosive damage. So she can carry you in 2 of the 3 explosive raids. And this is just stupidly strong. Like, the extra effectiveness is almost double the damage for your explosive students on top of the attack. That's so good. And the thing is that even if it costs 5, you barely have a penalty for using it because of her sub. And you may think, well, her sub is 684, which is less than Hifumi's. Hifumi, when she uses her EX, you get an EX recovery boost, like 1800, something like that. It's massive. But it's only 5 seconds. With Hoshino you have 50 seconds of acceleration. Here she is. And yeah, like you can see 1800, that's massive. But it's 5 seconds. So it's barely, like she barely pays for her own EX with that boost.
Kibotos で行われるさまざまな事件の数々にシャーレに担当してほしいのです。
So, what the top players are doing? They run Saori and Azusa. Like, Saori's damage is great. I don't remember perfectly, but I think she has like increased critical damage, and her EX, I think it deals guaranteed critical damage. She's just really strong. And because Azusa counts as an Arius squad member when Saori is on the field, she also gets an attack buff. And Kokona can provide like all the healing you need, just because like, she's a single target healer, but her healing is really strong. So, and really cheap. It's really cheap. Like I don't remember well. I think it's 2 points her EX. So you can heal the lamp, keep your rotation going. You start stacking the flower stamps, and then all of your EX skills become cheaper. So your rotation moves all the time. And if you need to save someone from the curse, she's ready. If you need to fill the lamp, she's ready. So Kokona is like really fast. That's why they use it over Koharu or over Mari. And Aku is there obviously because she gives you more crit damage, she gives you more crit rate, she gives you healing, like she's really versatile. Hello, welcome. Now let's see if we can improve the previous run. Okay, so question is gonna expire now, so we'll renew it before it does. And at 210 it's gonna expire again, so I have to renew it before 210. So that gives me enough time for a rotation and to hit one Azusa EX. I should renew it now. Okay, so 130, she's gonna expire again. Yeah, this is going a lot better. We got one stagger already and we are going to get the second. Oh no. That is light. Oof, that was close. Okay, so the question is about to expire, and that should expire already, so we need to renew. Okay, next Azusa cast will be... This run is going really good. Yep. Oh, that's really good. So at this point we have a little bit over a minute, so we will not probably renew any X of the passive ones we have. Our threat is to keep Azusa alive. Hello, hello. Oh, that's sad. But thanks for leaving a message and tuning in. So this run went a lot better compared to the previous one. I kept better track of my abilities and the damage was a lot higher. I can do better, I've done better, but this is good enough. Like, this is a safe run. I know Team 2 will clear it. So since I'm not competing for rankings because I cannot do one team clears, even though a really close one team clear, like if I can get like Hieronymus to 5 bars and then clear the rest with the second team, that would get me into plat. But I'm pretty sure it would get kicked out by the end of the raid anyways. So for now we are just going through some optimizations, just see what little adjustments we can do.
先生がそう言うなら仕方ないな。
It's a little bit of a waste to use Nonomi on that, but she has virtually 3x on 1 because of the 2 reloads she has for her no delay attacks, so it's not much of a big deal. I may get bites. No. Okay, this run was better than the previous one. Oh yeah, that feature, like, we were lucky we got it really early on global, because that took over a year to be available in JP. So when you're on the formation screen, if you press here, you can pick your first 3 skills. These will allow you to set up your rotations the best way possible for you and will give your runs consistency. Before we had to restart the runs over and over and over just to get 1 or 2 of the skills we wanted. So this feature is like a huge quality of life improvement. You can also set the starting skills from here. So on team 1, I want to start with Hoshino for the acceleration, Koharu for the AoE healing and damage to break the purple lamp and heal the green lamp. And I want to have Atsuko so I can have a healing flow so my students stay high and it's easier to deal with the cars, and the lamp is like not chopped up because she cannot heal it completely, but it's easier for Koharu to just one tap it with her EX, or for Ako to fill it up if she casts her normal. So that healing flow Atsuko provides is really like a safety measure, you can call it. Like top teams do not use her, like they run very little healing but they do tons of damage, and they can, if you deal enough damage you can stagger the boss a lot, so you don't need that much healing. So for example, when I was doing Bina Great Wars, I didn't run any heal on my explosive team or my penetrating team because the boss was almost staggered every 10 seconds. Like if you can keep the boss staggered, like you don't need that much healing. So all the healing you need is to do the relic and to clean the cars. But since I cannot do that much damage and I don't have Kokona, I have to run a team like this. One thing I wish they would add to the game is like a trial room where you can just set up any raid and test stuff without being a season. Like it would allow you to prepare for seasons and stuff like that. Like just test character in a more realistic environment. That would be amazing. Like a training room of sorts, I don't know. About to expire. Yeah, like a mock battle, but out of season. Like you can just set up any encounter you want and do them over and over, like a testing room. Like you go in there, pick your boss, just pick. Like you pick the rules. You pick, for example, Hieronymus. You pick the terrain, and like just give you a room where you can test all the stuff, like to prepare for seasons. Because you can only run mock battles during events, but it would be cool if we could do it off events. Like let's say for example, like you are done now with the with Hieronymus, you don't think you can improve your scores anymore. So imagine the next raid is, I don't know, HOT. So you want to prepare for HOT, you just go into the training room and start doing HOT. Yeah, exactly. Like they add new difficulties, but the bosses have 2 terrains on rotation. They have 1 damage type that doesn't even change with Great Wars. So it would be really nice. Also, like for newer players, it would be a safe way to get introduced to the raids. Like, hey, these are the raids we have. this is how they work, you can train here. Like, I did fill a survey long time ago and added that suggestion, but I don't think it's ever gonna happen. But who knows? Maybe if enough people want that, they will do it. It's so sad that Mina is coming right before Mika. Like, I really like Mina as a character, but it's the second time I'm not going to pull for her because of Mika. This run is really bad. Ah, damn it, Kafir is gonna die. Yeah, maybe, like, I don't know when was the last time they did a survey. Like, it's been a long time. I think it was for like the first anniversary on JP or something like that, I don't remember. But I haven't seen any surveys since then. But I have to give credit to the devs, like they seem to be really in touch with the community and like they take feedback. Like, some people was like, oh, the gacha rates, they incremented only by 0.5, before was 2.5, now it's 3%. But no game does that. Gacha rates, once they are set, they are set. So the fact that they were like, the community thinks this is too low, we're gonna do something, that talks very well about them. Like, they want happy players. And I must say, Blue Archive is probably my favorite gacha game right now. I think it's the only gacha game that doesn't feel that it's trying to screw me over. Yeah. I think that before they did that because the game was new and they wanted to have feedback. But now that the game is constantly growing on JP, like, global community is also pretty solid, I feel they feel safe. And they are still taking a lot of feedback from Twitter and like, I think there is like in-game, there's a section in-game where you can send the stuff to them, I don't know. I don't want to click the other thingy because I don't know if it brings my account information or not, but... This run was better than the good one before. So on this team, the starting order is fairly simple. We just go Hoshino for all the stuff she provides. We go with Hanae so we can heal the relic quickly. And we want Fuka starting to discount Nonomi CX as soon as possible. I mean, it's good that you have been saving for Mika banner if you started after Summer Hoshino, because you also didn't get Wakamo, and Mika's banner is going to bring all of them. She has double rate, so 6%. It's gonna be a great banner overall for you, even if you don't get them, because you will get still a lot of 3 stars and it will build your roster up. Freaking Hoshino walking away. Okay, we're increasing the score. Let's see, I think we're at like 200k up from my best.
お待ちしておりました
Oh no,
先生
we're down. Damn. Oh yeah, that happens. Something that happens to me in JP often, and it may sound like a weird complaint, but my 3-star lack on JP is not bad, but it's bad for the pickup banner. Like with Saki, I got like 6 3-star characters before like going to the Spark and getting Saki, but it was like, damn it, like 6 chances. There was even like multiple 3-stars on one pool, and I was like, damn it, no Saki. Yeah, like optimizing your runs in this game can get pretty intense. But I think it's fun, like the game having like those strategy elements add a lot, because it's mainly autoplay, like you don't control the character movement or stuff like that, but having mechanics that allow you to build the strategies and like optimize runs and do, I don't know, for example Ghost. I really like Ghost as a raid because it's really mechanic. You have to dodge, you have to keep track of the boss, like there is a lot of stuff happening. And I think that's great, because you don't have control over your characters, but you have tools to make your characters do what you want. Yeah, same. I got Saki with PGT. Like, the worst part is that I was ready to go to PT, but I was hoping to get her like, I don't know, in 120 pulls, and then go to PT to get the Miyako. But I couldn't get Miyako because I didn't get Saki in time. It was horrible, and now I cannot clear Gregorius on Insane because you cannot do it without Miyako or Minori, and I don't have any of them. So I can only rent one, and if I rent Minori, I don't have enough debuffs. If I rent Miyako, I don't have enough damage. So it's like really complicated, especially because I don't have Mine, on JP either, but even if I had Mine, I couldn't do it, because her EX is too expensive. Like, your rotation gets screwed if you don't have Miyako. It's horrible, like, it's really horrible. Gregorius is like stupid because there is so little ways to interact with it right now. Ghost was harder, like, in a sense that it was the first ride that you needed to like dodge stuff and like use focus fire, and we had barely any focus fire students, especially ones that you could target the focus fire. Like, we only had Noah and Samerizuna. Debuffs we have plenty, but most of them are bad. Yeah, I agree, like, Ghost is really interesting. It can be annoying, especially because if you don't have a focus fire student, like, you're mostly done. And you can do it without a sports Yuka actually. You can use Summer Chizuko for repositioning. You have a small radius, so you have to be really careful with that. You can also use Fuka, regular Fuka, to move your students with her healing, but it's 5 cost, so it's a little bit clunky on the rotation. You can use I don't remember her name. Let's see, where is she? Kotori. You can use Kotori for repositioning too. This is that I don't remember what kind of damage does Ghost in Insane, so I don't know if Kotori will survive. It depends. Like, if Ghost deals explosive damage, then Kotori is no longer an option. Asuna, no, like, she doesn't move your team. Like, you want characters that can move the whole team for Ghost. So Kotori, Fuka, Shizuko, summer version, sports Yuka. I think those are all the characters that can do that. Yeah, I think that's it. I need to work on my Aru. Also, the issue I have with this account is that I haven't farmed too much on it, and I'm trying to experiment with this account, so yeah, it's not well optimized. I mean, I try to get all the key units, but still I'm missing many. Like, I'm missing Cherino, I'm missing Iori, and so many more. I hope Mika's banner brings me some luck. Irohan goes, no, I couldn't use her. Like, when I do boss, let's see, I don't think I can build my team on this account. But let me check something. So when I do boss, keep in mind that my JP account does not have Samerizuna, so where I put Samerizuna, it's Sakurako. And she's not as good as Shizuna because her EX costs 4 if I recall correctly, so your rotation becomes more expensive. But for Ghost, I usually go with New Year Mutsuki for clearing the waves, but she can fail, so be aware of that. However, if you combine it with Hoshino, she can get the attack boost. She will not get the effectiveness boost, obviously, but the attack boost should push her above the threshold to clear the waves in Insane. But even sometimes she will fail, like she will need to crit probably. I use Yuka for positioning and movement, and then Sakurako for focus fire. And on the specials, I always do Himari. I don't have Ako, but if you have her, like you can do like this for Ghost. But if you're like me and you don't have her, and you also don't have Fuka like me, you can just rent one of them. I tend to rent Ako over Fuka because this rotation is not expensive, so you don't really need Fuka. But another good option, I wouldn't call her good, but it gives you more damage, is Bunny Akane, but I don't have her on this account. But you can use her to take down like the few enemies that remain from a wave, for example, and the mystic damage boost may help your New Year Mutsuki to take down the waves easier, so in the end it's a matter of balance, like depending on what you need. Like Ghost, you shouldn't need any healing if you're tracking correctly the abilities and you're dodging everything, and like, also like Ghost has like a healing debuff, so healing is not really effective on Ghost. So 90% of the time you don't want to run any healing on Ghost. And Iroha, the issue she has is that I think Ghost deals penetrating damage. I may be wrong on this one, but if Ghost deals penetrating damage, Iroha will go down fairly quickly. However, Iroha can be a little bit of a cheat code on Ghost, because if you cast her at the right time, she can track the real Ghost when he hides. Like, it's a way, if you don't have any focus fire units, you can use Iroha to cheat it, but it's not reliable. Like, it requires very precise game. Like, it's complicated to use. Also, it makes your rotation really heavy on cost. Yeah, exactly. Like, running Iroha on Ghost may lead you to a situation like mine, like you are restarting every time because, oh, I didn't cast Iroha on the right time, now my whole run is ruined because I couldn't track the real Ghost. So yeah, it's complicated. After this run, we are moving to Gregorius. I forgot the timer. Who's your favorite character? so hard to get a consistent run on this boss. I rely too much on critical and stuff.
キボトスで行われるさまざまな事件の数々をシャーレンに担当してほしいのです。
Okay, let's move to the JP account and let's check Gregorius. Yeah. Now I will also explain some stuff that, because when I made the release day guide, I didn't have obviously the insane skills and stuff like that. But yeah, it's really complicated. Now let's see if I can do this right.
Blue Archive!
Okay, the volume should be fine now. Okay. My defense team is not doing great. Oh damn it, I lost like 150 ranks here. Ah, it's fine. Okay, Gregorius.
お待ちしておりました、先生。
So, this boss in Insane has a few changes. The first is the save zones. They moved. So, in this raid, from extreme and below, the save zone, like green, is 4 and 5 and you deal 200% damage. Warning, yellow zone is 3 and 4 and 7 and 8. No, wait. No, extreme and below, the warning zone is 2, 3 and 6, 7. And the danger zone red is 1 and 0 and 8 or more. In Insane, the safe zone is 5 and 6, which is hard to achieve and even harder to keep. The warning zones are 3 and 4 and 7, 8, and the danger zones are from 0 to 2 and 9 or more. It's hard to be in the danger zone, but it's really easy to be in the warning zone, and you are going to be dealing only 100% more damage, and the enemies will have an attack buff that is actually quite annoying. So, what you see on the bottom of the screen is the team that the top players are using to clear Insane with one team. And the key to that team, and what makes this raid impossible for me to clear on extreme, on insane, is Miyako and Minori. So, Miyako EX costs 2 and provides 2 debuffs. It's great for rotations and for the counter. And Minori deals a lot of damage. She has a 900 multiplier on her EX, and she has an effectiveness boost for all your team of about 30%. So overall your damage scales a lot. And the issue is that you need to have both, because if you don't have Minori, you will be lacking damage because you will not have the effectiveness boost, and you cannot use Hoshino here because she's weak to mystic damage. And surprise surprise, Mr. Gregorius deals mystic damage, so Hoshino will go down really quick. And if you don't have Saki, your rotation will get clunky and you will not be able to keep up with the debuffs. So you will be permanently in the yellow zone, or even worse, you will be going to the red zone fairly often, and your damage will go down, the enemies will do more damage, so survival will be really hard. So what we're gonna do is we're going to do an extreme run just to showcase the difference. Like, I think this boss has the highest difficulty jump from extreme to insane up to now. Like, it's crazy. And the amount of HP this boss has is just truly insane. Like, it honors the name of the difficulty level. It's just insane. But let's start with the extreme run. I mean, the boss is interesting, but I think it was launched like in a really bad way. I feel like if you didn't know this boss was coming, and like you didn't know how hard it was going to be, it was impossible to be properly prepared. Like, we knew the boss was coming because they announced it together with the summon event. So you could say, well, you knew, so you could have picked Saki. But honestly, I didn't expect the difficulty jump to be so big. So I'm pausing here, just first the music is too loud, and second, Nagisa, she has AoE, healing, and most importantly for this raid, she applies a defense debuff. So you run her for both the AoE and the defense debuff, so she's another tool you have to keep the debuff counter up here, green. So I pause here because you will be able to see it for a brief moment now when I unpause, but the central organ has like an arrow animation that is filling up and it's going to detonate. I think it just detonated now. And you can see now the boss on top has here a defense break debuff. So we will be doing more damage. In the video I gave you a cheat sheet which tells you what side you want to be facing of the organ all the time. I used that myself to keep track, so I knew first activation was black facing boss. That's why I used my Nagisa EX on the organ so I could rotate it. Now I know on the second activation, I want white facing the strikers, so for now I don't have to touch the organ at all. But you will see on the sides there are organs on all four corners. They will activate. These are not the ones you have to keep track. You see the red animations? Those do not count for the buffs and debuffs. These will buff the alive members of the core. Now I use a debuff there, and now I'm on the... I was for a brief second on the warning zone. So now the attack debuff the boss has passively applying on you is broken. And now I want white facing the boss, so I will use my Nagisa ulti, EX to rotate it. So the next time this one activates, it will apply another defense break on the boss. And now it's gonna break the defense of the boss. That is it. And now I want black facing the strikers, so I'm not touching the organ for now. Now I messed up. No, I didn't. Oof. Okay, that was for the activation, so now the activation's reset, so I want black facing the boss again. So I will rotate it and use Mina to send the counter up. Now it's at 6, but some debuffs should decay soon and go to green. There you go, it's green again, so we're doing more damage. And we just want to keep using Aru on the core, so we do all of those instances of damage. We don't want to debuff the boss, we want debuffs to decay for a bit. And now he's gonna blow up. And that's Extreme Gregorius. It's fairly easy. So now we will do Insane. I'm not going to clear it, it's impossible for me right now. And I'm not probably even end up in gold. Like JP players are just too good. Like look at that, they are already clearing tournament. I thought this would take like 5 teams and they are doing it in 2. It's amazing. But I just cannot do it. But even then, like it's amazing. Like at the beginning it was like only the top 6 clearing tournament. Now we have 33 players clearing tournament. Yeah, the boss is easy. If you can keep track of everything, like it's fairly easy. The issue is that you need characters to do it. Like, as long as I don't have the team that you can see on the bottom of the screen, I will not be able to do it. There is no way, not even with 2 teams. I actually managed to compete with them sometimes, but not all the time. Like, since Torment got introduced, I just got behind, like, really a lot.
私は子供じゃない。
Like up to insane, I was kind of competing, but not even really. So actually, before I rent Minori, I mean Miyako, I will show you the run with Minori. Yeah, it's... I don't know when it's going to come to global, but Torment is stupid. Like, it's truly stupid. I remember, like, I don't know if it was Bina or another raid, but there was a raid that the first time around when it came in Torment, the people clearing it on Torment was using 20 teams. Yes, I do have Toki. I'll show it to you in a bit. Actually, let's do that right now. There is no rush to see me fail. So here she is. So yeah, Toki has Siege Armor. Siege Armor does not have a weakness. It's like adaptive armor too. Some like people call it adaptive or elastic or siege armor. It has many names. It has no weakness. So, but it also doesn't have any resistances. So it only takes neutral damage, which sounds really strong, but it's also not great because if neutral damage is strong, like you're not going to be reducing any. Like you're just going to be taking flat damage. So sometimes she feels like really made of paper. Also her defense stat is only 104, which is really low, but her attack stat is really good. But no one comes close to this monster, like 70k health, almost 6k attack. Her defense may look low, but she has resistances contrary to Toki, so like she will take reduced damage from some attack types. So yeah, Mika is a monster, like 100% get her, like max her. She's really worth investment. If you can snatch Wakamo during the Mika banner, she's good, like she's really good, but I would focus on Mika, like build Mika first, because she will be really good in certain scenarios. Mika is more like overall good. Yeah. Siege Armor is only on Toki currently, yeah. Yeah. I think in one of my showcases I showed Mika's damage and she did like almost a million or over a million damage, but I don't remember. Bunny Toki, she's cute and really funny, but I don't know, I don't think she's that great. Her attack stack is really good, but I haven't found any use for her for now. Even though I'm still working on her, like she's not max, but I don't know, like I've tried it in many scenarios and I don't know, it feels like there is always a better option. I think during the Great War with Bina, I think that I showed my Mika damage. Or maybe with Hod. Probably Hod. Okay. Made Arisu, she's good, like she's really good. I can show her to you. I was lucky actually. I sniped Arisu by accident. I was not pulling for her. I was pulling for Panichoki and Arisu just popped out. She's good. Her attack stat is stupidly high. Probably one of the highest in the game. It's still behind cheerleader Hibiki, which is crazy. Hibiki has over 10k. Like, I don't know what's the maximum attack stack of cheerleader Hibiki, but it's crazy. It's just stupidly high. But still, like, she's not maxed. She's missing gear, as you can see, and she's also missing levels on this. So Arisu will probably get like 9k attack, something like that, maybe a little bit over 9k. But yeah, she's good. Her multipliers are high. She has a lot of self-boosting. The cooldowns are really short because it's tied to attacks. So you can boost this by giving her attack speed. She's really good. The only issue with her is that she's really frail, like 25k HP is nothing, like actually nothing. But with proper positioning, like you can get a lot done with her. She has gained a lot of popularity too in JP, in the blue raids. What else do I have here? Poor me, she's so cute, but she's always like so unlucky. Yeah, I would recommend her. I don't think Arisu is a must, but if we talk like performance wise and you can only pick one, it pains me to say it, but Arisu is the better pick over Vanichoki. It pains me because I like Toki more. But yeah, I have to be real and Arisu is better. I don't know why there is like 5 seconds delay maybe between what you see on the stream and what I do. I didn't set up any delays, I think it's just how the stream works, I don't know. I'm very new to this. Hey, no worries, no worries. When you remember. Okay. It's fine. Oh, hello there, welcome. Just in time to see me fail Gregorius and Insane. So what you can see on the bottom of the screen is the team that is used to clear Gregorius on one team, but I don't have the students to do it. Thank you. New event that popped out yesterday in JP. You mean... wait a second. Okay, let me do this run and then I'll show you. I'll show you why, like, you cannot do this if you don't have both Miyako and Minori. Let's start showcasing what happens when you don't have Miyako. I'll show you Extreme after this one, because it's the same as Hardcore, just with more HP and a little bit more of damage. But it's gonna be a lot easier for you when I show you. So what I'm gonna do now is just start debuffing the boss, but the save zone moved, so that's an issue. And I'm going to struggle to keep the save zone. Okay, now I don't have to touch the organ. White is facing me, and that's what I want for the second activation. Ignore these activations. These are the buffs for the minions. The activations for the organs we are counting are these ones. You see, like, the issue is that my rotation is too clunky without Miyako, so even when I try to get into the safe zone, my debuffs expire, and now my main DPS, Aru, is dead. Like, I may be able to save her with a well-timed Koharu heal, but it's not easy. And even if I made it to the second phase, I haven't done enough damage to kill the boss. Like, look at that. Like, 934. Like, that's so much HP. So, first cast, we want black facing the boss. Black is facing us, we rotate it, it's facing the boss. Now, we are going to pay attention to this. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Okay, black activated, debuff for the enemies. I just cannot get into the safe zone because my rotation is too slow. And the debuff expire again. White is facing us, is gonna dispel that attack debuff we have. And now we want to rotate the organ again, so it's white facing the boss. The issue is that, yeah, Iris dead again. So with Minori, the rotation is too slow. I just cannot get to the second phase. So let's forfeit this one. And let's go to renting Miyako. So in insane difficulty, you want Miyako because her EX costs 2. And we don't want to use Mina with Miyako because they have overlapping debuffs. So what we want to do, even if the Saki CX is 1 point more expensive, she doesn't overlap with Miyako. So we can keep the safe zone on, just to call it. So we are renting from, where is it, Mr. Fish? Here you are. And sadly we cannot rent 2 characters at a time, so we're going to use my Hibiki. She's fully maxed and she doesn't deal enough damage. It's just sad. I could solve that by using Summer Miyu, but you have to max Summer Miyu, like fully max her, and I don't have that. I don't have the resources to do it, so it's impossible. So here we want to start like this. We just want to keep the debuffs rolling. I love the music of this boss though, it's just really good. So, for the cost of 2, we're starting to stack stuff. and we're in the safe zone. And now we rotate the organ, and we're safe from the organ. And now here, if we had Minori, like she would take all the enemies down, but we can't. So we go for healing and debuffs again. Yeah, it's beautiful. So here, like, the best thing I can do is trying to combo abilities to do as much damage as I can, but it's still not enough. You can see how big the difference that Minori gives you. Like, Minori was almost taking that wave on her own, and I can't. So we're giving up now. That's the issue with this raid, so prepare yourselves when this comes to global, like, it's gonna be a mess. Now I'm gonna show you the extreme clear. This is same as very hard and hardcore, just more damage and health. One thing to keep in mind is that in my video you can find a cheat sheet, so you know what you want to do with the organ. Yeah, as it is already enough of a mess. So in extreme, like, if you have enough debuffs flowing, you don't need healing. So what we're gonna do is find Mina, and we are using Himari. I use LDP layer. It freezes sometimes. Weirdly enough, it hasn't happened during the stream, either this time or the previous time, but it happens sometimes. Not so much with Blue Archive, but with Fire Emblem Heroes is a mess. From Toki. Toki's a little bit far away yet. So before Toki we have Mika, which is coming in like a week, a little bit less, a little bit more maybe. Then we have Megu and Kana in the same batch. Then we have Sakurako, and then we have Toki and Nagisa. So it's about a month and a half or 2 months for Toki. I think I forgot to set up my scales. Oh no, this is gonna be a mess. Okay, so in extreme and below, it's a lot easier because the safe zone is 4 and 5, which is a lot easier to reach. So here, like, we know black is facing boss, we're safe. White is facing us, so we're safe for the next activation. We're going to renew one debuff, so we keep the safe zone up, and then we just use some skills so we don't waste our rotations. Now we're going to phase 2, we're going to renew the debuffs. We cast that. We took the wave away. Now the attack debuff we had from the beginning is dispelled, and we are going to rotate this again, so white is facing the boss, and we're going to break the boss defense again. For the next activation, black has to be facing us, so we are still safe. And after that activation we have the rotation restart, so we have to rotate it. the boss, which is great. It gives us a window for damage. Remember to take down the chorus because they can be really annoying. They deal a lot of damage. Okay, so here, ideally you want to stack damage on one side because you can blow up the boss. However, they will go back up, so just keep that in mind. Yep, just like Perora minions, even if they are empty, you can still stack damage into them and they will reflect it to the boss. And that's Gregorius Extreme or below. So, so to sum it up, you have to keep track of the safe zone you want to stay in 4 and 5, and you have to keep track of the organ. You can use the cheat sheet on the video I made, and that will be true for all difficulties. No, sadly Hibiki is good, but it's not good in Insane, because the chorus has too much HP, and without the effectiveness buff that Minori provides, yes, Hibiki doesn't deal enough damage. The issue with Hibiki is that she's good when she has to hit, like, for example, on Kaiten, all the enemies share 1 HP bar, and like on Kaiten phase 2, like, she can hit multiple times the same target. The issue here is that the chorus will not go down to the X of Hibiki. Also, like, if they stay up, they will start getting boosted and they will do more and more damage, and you will go down. So what you want here is not as much instances of damage. You want burst damage to take down the chorus as quick as possible. I was hoping Hibiki to be better here, but it is just not as good as I thought it would be. So for the people joining the stream, this character Minori, she released a little bit before the summer banners. She's really good in this raid. The key is that her EX has an absurd multiplier, and like the cost is not that high. Even at base is only 4, and if you pay 1 more you can get like 900 damage for 5, so she can kill the chorus on one go most of the times. But it's not only because of the multiplier, it's because of this. She has an effectiveness buff that is 30.2%, and since we cannot use Summer Hoshino here because she's weak to mystic damage and she's not a tank, so she will go down like instantly, we cannot profit from that effectiveness buff, so we have to use Minori because she will not go down. And without the effectiveness buff, we just do not deal enough damage, because this guy has 140 million HP on Insane or something like that, I don't remember. It's over 900 bars of HP. So that's why you need Minori for this raid. The issue is that if you don't have Summer Saki, your rotations will be slow, because her EX costs 2 and she provides you with 2 debuffs. Maid Yuzu. No, Maid Yuzu is not good here. I tried her. Mine is not max, but she's not good here. Her multiplayer is good. The issue is that she deals damage that her damage gets reduced as the wave opens, so it's not that good. And the issue is the same as with Hibiki, like you don't have the effectiveness buff for your team, and you will be lacking damage. Like you need that buff. It's impossible to do it with that buff. You will never have enough damage. The issue is that if you don't have also Saki, like if you are in the situation I am, you cannot do it because you cannot rent both characters. So you will never be able to stay on the safe zone, and you will never ever be able to do enough damage if you lack both. And you cannot rent both, so it's virtually impossible to do if you don't have one or the other. And the other issue is that debuffs with the same text do not stack, they overlap, which is bad because they will not count towards the debuff counter. So you need Miyako because she doesn't overlap with Nagisa or with Saki. Another alternative is Mine, and she's good. The issue is her cost is 4, so your rotation will be clunky and it's gonna cause issues. So even if you have Mine, you still prefer to have Miyako because your rotations will be more agile, and also like Miyako can provide you a little bit of an axle boost. It's not reliable. I have barely seen it trigger even when renting her. It's not that reliable and it's very small, but it's still better than nothing. Like, I don't know what characters you have or you don't, but if you're lacking debuffs, where is she? I never use her, so she must be really low level. Where is she? She can give you debuff. It's just 1, and it's not great. It's only for 20 seconds. But it's better than nothing, like if you are struggling to get into the safe zone. Hiyori, she has debuffs on her EX, she has 1. The issue with that is that it's targeted, so if you cannot reach the boss, because it will collide with the first enemy she finds, so it's gonna be hard to actually land it on the boss, so this EX is not good. I thought it would be better, but it's not, it's just not. And when it comes to strikers, like there is very few options on strikers, to be honest. Especially like, for example, where is she? Kirino. No, like she gets boosted effect on her debuff, if I recall correctly, but at the base she can do it. Like she can apply it by herself, but the effect gets amplified the more squad members there are. Kirino has the issue that she's weak to Mystique, so if you cannot use her on Insane. Also is an accuracy debuff, which is not great. Ideally you want defense debuffs or attack debuffs or crit stat debuffs. Accuracy is not fantastic, but the cost is only 3, so that's good. So if you're doing extreme or below, like she can be a good alternative. And I don't know, I don't remember who else has debuffs. Also, you cannot rely on and debuffs that come from normal skills, because you cannot pick the target for them. So they may hit it on a chorus member instead of the boss. And they also have a delay. Yep. Let's see what Torment People is doing. So the team you see on the bottom of the screen is what they use for insane clears on one team. And for Torment, I can't believe it still, like they are doing it on 2 teams. And they are using this. So if I have to guess how they operate these teams, Team 1 deals like probably 800 of the 900 bars of HP. This team is probably the one that does all the work. They start probably with Miyako, Nagisa and Minori on the rotation, or they start with Saki, Miyako and Minori on the rotation. They will start probably with... They will probably cast Saki first, because she has 3 debuffs. I think she's the one that applies the most. And then they will go for Saki, so they get to 6. And if a debuff expire, they are still in the safe zone because they are on 5. And from there they use probably Minori to rotate the lamp, the organ, and kill 2 of the chorus members. Race, I don't remember her kit. She's just a tank. She's there just to soak damage. She doesn't have any debuffs, so... No, wait, she does have one. If I recall correctly, yeah, her sub-skill. Her sub-skill has a debuff. When... yeah. It's tied to her EX activation. She has a debuff, is really small. It's like 11% defense debuff at max. But it lasts for like 20 seconds or something like that, and it's tied to her EX, which costs only 3. So yeah, Raisa makes sense. She deals some AoE damage, it's probably not the reason for them to use it, but yeah, she has sense. She makes sense. Oh yeah. It's gonna be a mess. Like I was saying before, like we have in global the advantage of knowing this kind of stuff. Like me through suffering through it, and you guys from seeing my experience and me sharing the stuff with you. Like now you know, like either you pull for Minori or you pull for Summer Saki and Summer Miyako. Like you need to get both. If you want to perform well on Gregorius on release. The thing is that I don't know, I wouldn't still call any of them a must, to be honest. So here's the thing, I will not clear Insane this time around, but the next time Gregorius comes around, it's gonna be in like 4 months, maybe more. Like, they take a long time. Yeah, Miyu's really good. Her multipliers are really high, and her EX is only 5 if I recall correctly, so yeah, she's good, she's good. Let's see, I've been working on her, but I don't have enough experience to give her or gear, like, but I have been working on her. Like, I knew she was going to be good for this raid, so I was preparing. But I couldn't get enough fragments, my gear is bad, I'm very poor on experience, and I'm saving it for the first banner that is coming in like 2 or 3 weeks. 2 weeks. We're getting on the 23rd the stream, and probably 5 to 7 days later we're getting the first banner. But yeah, like DCX skill has a good multiplier and it's guaranteed critical damage. That's the strong part about it. Like this takes too long. Like there is no way around it. The multiplier is good, but the timer is stupid. 70 seconds is just too long. This skill, you're not counting on it. I did the calculations the other day for someone on a comment, I don't remember. You need like 1,500 generic fragments. However, if you go to PT for her, let's say you get her before PT and you still spark her, you will have like 150 fragments. So you will need another 1,000 generic fragments to get all the fragments to get her to max. Something like that. I cannot remember the exact math, but it's something like that. But I have 123, so yeah. I'm very, very poor right now. Oh, when Great Wars comes around, guys, these you want to give priority. These tickets are temples, free temples you can get. They will last for 60 days, so 2 months is enough to see 1 or 2 events. So do not rush and use them. Like wait a little bit, unless you really want a current character. Like, but get these. Like these two, they even may appear while pulling, so there is no rush to get them. Also, like, we are getting Kaiten Great War soonish, in like 5 days. So you will be able to get this because if I recall correctly, the shop is not yeah, it's here. It's resetting in 24 days. So you have 2 rounds of Great Wars before each reset. In theory, if they keep like this type of schedule. So get on in the first round, get your tickets. No, Nagi, like you can use base Nagi, like no issues. Like I'm using base Nagi, but her damage is not the problem. My problem is that I don't have Minori and I don't have Saki. Like if you had Minori and Saki, like you're perfectly fine with base Nagisa. Like she's one of those characters that is really good at base. Like you can use her without any issues. It's like where is she? Ui. Where is Ui? I use Ui at base. It's fine. Like it's important to save your generic fragments. I have used them kind of irresponsibly, to be honest. I've been trying to work on more characters to have more variety, and just the issue is that when you do stuff like this, I rose her to 4 stars because she was going down, and I was like, maybe if I get more stats I can keep her alive and maybe I can get an insane clear. It didn't work. So my advice is save your fragments and just use them when you have enough to max a character you really want to max. And you want to give priority to your like main DPS, you want to max like your carry units. It makes no sense, for example, like let's use Ui as an example. It makes no sense to max Ui. She's good at 3 stars, her role is to use this. That's all you want from Ui. So maxing her makes no sense. But for example, if you take Mika, like you want Mika to the max. Her role is to do damage. So you want stats. You want stats for her to stay alive, so she can do more damage. You want attack, so she can do more damage. So max your carries. Your support units most of the time can work at base. If you're aiming for like really high scores, yeah, you want to max as many characters as you can because your specials will give stats to your strikers and stuff. Miyako is key. Like either you get Miyako or you get Minori, but you need one of them. And you want Saki 100%. Like you cannot skip Saki, and if you don't have Minori, you cannot skip Miyako. Because her EX is cheap, and she provides 2 debuffs that do not overlap with the other characters, so you need Miyako. For your rotations to work, you need Miyako for Insane. It's impossible without her. However, what I was saying before is like, if you're willing to do bad on release for Gregorius, you can skip them. Because in the future we are going to get characters that are just as good or better than Miyako, because she's not limited, and usually limited characters are like really good or really fan servicey. But yeah, like do not pull for Miyako if you're willing to sacrifice one run. Yeah, but keep in mind that you cannot use these fragments to unlock the characters. You need to get the base character. You can use these fragments for upgrades, but you cannot use for unlocking. So this shop is great, but it has limitations. I don't know. I haven't seen videos of people clearing it. I don't consume too much content myself. I do the stuff, but since I'm working on getting my uni degree, and I also work doing translations and stuff, I don't watch too many videos. I think Arumine for Insane, it's hard to pull off, to be honest. So you can see on the bottom of the screen here, like we have the top team, and why they use Asusa over Aru. Asusa has a debuff on her normal skill, so it helps you with the debuff counter. Aru deals a ton of damage, but you will have a harder time with her keeping up with the safe zones. That's why people is not using Aru on Insane. Exactly. Like, they wouldn't be limited if you could just trade them for permits. Like, even in Torment 2 teams, people is not using Aru. I think Aru is great below Insane, but Insane and above is impossible. Like, you just need to keep up with the safe zone, otherwise you cannot do enough damage. Because like the amount of HP in Insane is just too high. It's 140 million. Like, if you are not in the safe zone, you are doing only 100% damage instead of 200%. So you cannot use Aru. So for those that just joined, Insane, the only difference and the main difference that has with the lower difficulties is the save zones. In Torment I don't know, I cannot even check it because I cannot clear Insane. The save zones are scaled by 1, so 5 and 6 is safe, danger is 3 and 4 I think, I don't remember, and then it's 7, 8 is also is warning zone, and 1, 0 to 2 is danger, and 9 or more is danger. So 5, 6 safe, 3, 4 yellow, 7, 8 yellow, 0, 2 red, and 9 or more red. That's insane difficulty. However, the organ facing, it's the same at all difficulties. So the cheat sheet is valid for all difficulties. So if you're struggling with the organ, just go to the video and pause it on the cheat sheet and you will never fail the organ rotation again. Okay, so I don't think they're going to nerf Gregorius on the future, to be honest. He's hard because if you're underprepared or you don't have the units you need, like if you're in my situation, he's stupidly hard, but if you have the units, it's not that hard. Because you're doing 200% damage if you stay in the safe zone. The issue is that you need too many units. Like, for example, I see people using Maid Yusu. I don't agree with the Maid Yusu pick, to be honest. I think maybe Hirsch is better than Hibiki because her multiplier is higher, like her base multiplier is higher. But I don't like it. I think there are better choices, but if top players are doing that, they know better. But I don't know. Yeah, I think the Fest banner that is going to come probably at the end of this month, because the stream is on the 23rd, so by the last time they did the Fest banner 5 days after they did the stream, so between the 28th and the 30th of this month they are going to put the Fest banner, and they usually bring a character or two that are like solutions for current problems. Like last time around, Hoshino was the solution to the lack of damage on explosive, because it was hard before Hoshino. Like explosive rates, in my opinion, before Summer Hoshino were the hardest. And Mika also came in like clutch, because the issue with the yellow rates was that the tanks deal no damage, and the strikers, yellow strikers, are really frail. So no tank strategies were virtually impossible with yellow teams. So she solved that issue, like she became the yellow bruiser, to say so, like a mix between a tank and an attacker. Wakamo was like the nuke we needed to deal with Chirokuro, and yeah, like Fest banners usually are like solutions banner. Okay, someone was asking about this event before. This event is fairly simple. You use your stamina and then you trade it for this. this is the second iteration of this event. Before it was like a random shop, like those in the normal events that you pay, I don't know, 500 and you get like 50 random items from an item pool. And that was the first iteration, and this iteration is just a straight up shop. You can get whatever you want. Yeah. So yeah, and you can headbutt her. It's a shame that she will never be a playable character. Yeah, I'm saving for the anniversary banner. No, Aoi will not be a playable character because she's an NPC. They haven't upgraded any NPCs to playable, so I don't think she will be a character. Also Yumu, like, I really like her, but she's not going to be a character. Yumu is adorable, but you cannot headbutt her. Yeah, I'm saving for anniversary banner, but I regret it a little bit. I should have gone for Miyako. I had enough time to get back to 48k. Fox Platoon will join us soon-ish. Soon TM. Yeah. Obviously I don't have any more information than you guys have, but like up until now my educated guesses have been pretty spot on. Like before we had any info about the summer event, I predicted the SRT summer event. So yeah, I think the Fox Platoon will be joining us soon after the anniversary. I don't know if they will put a Fox Platoon member on the anniversary banner, but consider that this anniversary banner is 2.5, so it's not a full anniversary. So I don't know. Like, they haven't progressed the story characters with the 2.5 and 1.5. Like, half anniversaries usually do not progress the story. Yep, let's see. Shizuko. I need to work on regular Shizuko. She's good for Shirokuro. You can bounce the balls back to Shiro. I think Seiya will be February for the full anniversary. Yeah, in 2024. So this is my guess. Obviously take this with a bag of salt, and not even a grain, a bag of salt, because this is just completely baseless. But if I had to guess more or less the release time for the future characters, I would say Fox Platoon around September, October. But it's not going to be the full Fox Platoon. I would say like 1 or 2 in that time frame between September and October. And then, I don't know, November and December is hard to guess, but I would guess that for February we are going to get Seiya. Yeah, Seiya is going to be limited almost 100%. I think Seiya is going to be a special character. I don't see her as a striker. And I don't know, probably she will be Mystique, considering that Nagisa is explosive and Mika is penetrating, so I think Seiya is going to be Mystique. She's going to be probably our first Mystique AoE special character, which could be amazing. Or she will be like a stupidly good support, like with acceleration and like cost reduction. Like, she will be really good. I have that hunch. Yeah, true. She can see part of the future. But oh, I don't know if you know that already. God damn it. How far are we into the story in... Did we finish the Mika story on Global? I don't want to spoil stuff.
見えますか？
How far are we here? Did we finish this? I don't know what can I say about Seiya. Let's leave it at that. I don't want to spoil it. I don't know if we saw that on Global or not. I'm curious to see what are they going to do this year on... Like, this year they have changed a lot of stuff. So, I wonder if they will do like a Halloween banner. That would be nice. Yeah, Halloween banner would be cool. I don't know who could be like a cool character for Christmas banner. Maybe Christmas Mine. But okay, I'm gonna take last few questions and then I'm gonna end the stream. It's been a little bit over 2 hours. Yeah. Also, like, even if I can understand like the gist of what is happening in the JP story, my Japanese is not perfect, so I cannot get all the stuff, so I try to catch up a little bit with the English version, but this is that between all the stuff I have going on in real life, I cannot study too much Japanese right now, so I'm a little bit behind on that too. It's been a rough time. True. We also need more of the prisoners. We have Wakamo and... Yeah, maybe we get another prisoner as a character. Who knows? I'm happy to hear that. Like, I tried to come with a plan this time around. Last time I was like really nervous. I didn't have too much of a plan for the stream. It was mainly a showcase for the current challenge, so I'm happy I managed to make it kind of educational to put a word to it. And I hope this helps you get better clears or like your first clears. Yeah, like story missions are not hard. Like even area 23, like if you know the character models on the map, you can say, oh okay, these enemies are going to be penetrating and these are going to be explosive. I'm gonna focus all my penetrating on this team and all my explosive on this, and the boss is gonna be explosive. So as long as you keep good track of the enemy typing and you can just go through it at level 60, like, it's not really hard. Hard difficulty gets a little bit more complicated though. Yeah, true. Okay, I'm starving, so I'm gonna end it here, guys. Thanks for coming and watching the stream. It's been really enjoyable to chat with you. And I will try to stream whenever raids come around. Not every time, obviously. But I'll do an effort to allocate some time to do this. Mainly just to answer questions and stuff like that. I don't think like showing my runs over and over will be like super innovating, but answering questions and just chatting with you, it's nice. Also, like, here I can answer a lot more questions about like character development, like planning, account management, like. So yeah, I'll try to do this whenever I can. Thanks, and thanks again, and have a great rest of your day or night. Bye bye.